Hi everyone, hope you're having a good Friday. So a couple of weeks ago I shared on here that I had taken a food allergy test and I shared my results with you. And I was a bit unsure about some of the things, and I've just had the call, as I mentioned last week, that I would be having a phone call with their nutritionist, which I've just had. I took some notes because there's so much information and I'm going to try to relay some important things back. The test is split into two. There's allergies and then intolerances, and some of mine were contradicting themselves or they weren't the same, but she said this is normal and they often don't correlate, but the allergy will always trump the results. Showed that I had a high allergy to meat, and I'm not a vegetarian. I eat meat. I don't eat pork or lamb, but I eat meat, and I was a bit confused because I didn't think that I had any symptoms after eating. I really don't know much about this, so I'm trying to learn and listen as much to and take in as much as what she's saying. So I thought the only way your body could react to an allergy would be sickness or diarrhea, but it isn't just sickness or diarrhea. You could just like come up in a rash. You could be itchy, tired, drowsy, watery eyes. You could like sort of develop like cold-like symptoms, or headache, or there's so many other things that it can affect. That's a really interesting thing was that if you are allergic to something, your body can react differently every time. It depends. It's the level of histamine you have in the body which is built up from having the allergy. So one day you might react different. She said that your allergies will never change throughout your life, but intolerances will change, and that can change with diet and different things. So I'm going to cut as many of the allergy things out as I can, and intolerances, and then eventually she said you can introduce them. So I'm going to try that for about a month, and then she said you can reintroduce some of the intolerance items, but you have to do it in isolation. So you just do one thing at a time to see if your body has the adverse effect, which makes sense because if you tried too many things you wouldn't know which one it is. This has been so eye-opening, interesting, informative. I don't know, it's been really interesting. I've never done anything like this before. When I was speaking with them, they've kindly given me a 30% discount code, so if you want to try any of their tests, I'll leave the code down below.